introduce you to the next United States Senator from Kentucky, Mr. Bruce Lunsford.
Well, let me first say this. I want to thank the speakers who were here before me. Joni Jenkins, who was the MC here tonight, has been a tremendous support system for us, giving us an awful lot of advice, but her enthusiasm is just contagious. And, you know, Chris Sanders and Wanda Smith, they both have given us such union backbone in this campaign, such labor backbone, that it's made a real difference for everybody, both internally and externally. And, you know, Beverly Nave went to high school with me. And Beverly, you'll be happy to know we won our home county 62-15. So that's pretty good. And Stephanie Horn is such an inspiration with all she's been through and all she's done. And she and Colonel Andrew have just been great friends to me in this campaign. And I know no other Senate candidate in the country has a better Iraq advisor with them than I do in Andrew Horn. And then what can I say about Heather French Henry? She's just, I got to hear her last 2 minutes. She's tremendous. She could run tomorrow, okay? I'm just glad I'm not running against her. And I also want to say that I want to say a little bit about the candidates that ran for U.S. Senate. Michael Casaro, David Williams, Jim Rice, Kenneth Stepp, and David Wiley. They all ran spirited campaigns, and they really are everything American democracy about. And I particularly want to say that Greg Fisher ran a very spirited campaign himself, and it was nice to get a call from Greg and say to me that he can't wait to support my effort in taking down Mitch McConnell in November. He has a great future, and I'm really glad that the Democratic Party in Kentucky is beginning to attract people like Greg Fisher to run. And believe me, his next campaign, he will be much better, only because he's like me, having been a rookie my first time. I know that he will learn from every mistake he made. And like me, he may make some new ones, but he won't make old ones. So we should all be encouraging to Greg to keep him in the public scene. And you know, I really appreciate the excitement and celebration tonight. But I'm not going to get as enthusiastic about this because I sort of look at it like this is the semifinals, and our mission is not accomplished yet. I think that you may recall at one point there was a premature statement that our mission was accomplished on an aircraft carrier by the President of the United States. We haven't accomplished our mission yet, and we have a lot to do. And our mission will not be accomplished until we defeat Mitch McConnell in November. And even more importantly, our mission will not be accomplished until we redeploy our troops from Iraq, make universal health care happen for everyone. We're no longer dependent on foreign oil, and we turn this economy around. And our mission won't be done until we repair the damage that has been done by President George W. Bush and his chief architect of the Senate, Senator Mitchell McConnell. I want to thank the voters of Kentucky, the Democratic voters tonight, for giving me this victory. I'm humbled by this, and I'm honored by the opportunity that I have to represent the Democratic Party in this fall election. A fall election which is going to see a president of the United States that will be from the Democratic Party. I also want to thank some special people who really helped me in this campaign. And that was really the result of the labor unions that represent the Change to Win and represent the AFL-CIO. And if you'll bear with me a minute, because they were so important in this campaign and meant so much to me, I'd like to read each of their names. The Teamsters, the UFCW, JCTA, Laborers, SEIU, Unite Here, Carpenters, AFGE, AFG as they say, AFSME, the Bakery, Confectionery, and Tobacco Workers, the CWA, Iron Workers, Machinists, Boilermakers, IBEW, Longshoremen, Operating Engineers, Letter Carriers, Painters, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters, Sheet Metal Workers, TWU, the United Mine Workers, the UTU, and one that has a special place in my heart, the United Steelworkers. Because Billy Thompson has been a tremendous friend throughout this campaign, as has Fred Zuckerman and several others, Chris Sanders, who you saw here earlier. But because a guy by the name of Charlie Cantrell, a year ago, almost adopted me as a son, and he's been the longest serving, I guess, union leader in this country, my friend Charlie has suffered some illness and some setback the last 2 to 3 weeks. He's had 3 heart attacks. He's in the hospital in Pike County, and I did attend his meeting and saw him in the hospital a week ago Sunday. And Charlie will be pleased to know tonight, who was my inspiration in Pike County, my #1 supporter, and we carried Pike County nearly 3-1. And having been the former CEO of a Fortune 500 company, for someone like me to earn the support of labor is what is going to be needed to change this country. This is not one person's fight. This is not one party's fight. This is everybody's fight. And it's time we really brought people together who are not partisan, who could reach across the aisle and get things done, because the American public has lost its patience. They want something done now, right now. And I've been very fortunate to have a lot of support from volunteers and campaign staff who have worked tirelessly in a very short period of time, because we entered this race on January 29th. They didn't have a lot of time to do it. And they have given me everything they could put on the field, and we've been able to come through a victory tonight, and I want to thank every one of them. And I especially want to thank my family. I have 3 wonderful daughters, Amy, Cindy, and Brandy. And I have 3 beautiful grandchildren, 2 of which are here this evening. And their love and support is incredibly meaningful when you go through the ups and downs of a campaign. And so for that, I love you all. It's just great.